Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wa sallallahu ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. I praise Allah Ta'ala and ask Him humbly to raise the rank of the Prophet, peace be upon him, his kind family, and his dear companions. Insha'Allah, I will review today with brief detail the great meanings that we learn from Israa Mi3raj. It's important for us to understand the meaning behind Israa Mi3raj. And there are many details that we can discuss and elaborate with regards to this great miracle. But there are two important matters I wanted to focus on due to their great significance. The first matter is that the Isra, which is the night journey from Mecca to Jerusalem, and Al-Mi'raj, they were, and the ascension to Al-Jannah, to heaven, the going up to heaven. These two miracles were true in body and soul. They happened to the Prophet truly. It wasn't a dream that the Prophet dreamt and then he told his Sahabat al-Kiram. No. Nor was it an imagination or a vision that the Prophet had and then he told his ummah. And at that time, this was before the Hijrah. This was before the Prophet made Hijrah to Al-Madinah. And his followers were very little. This was true in body and soul. And when we say that in Masjidul Aqsa, Allah united all the prophets, from Adam up to Jesus. Allah united all of those prophets in one location, and Allah made the Prophet Muhammad pray as their Imam. He prayed, he led their prayer as the Imam. And the scholars of Islam said this is an indication of the Prophet's status, of his high status. This is an indication that the Prophet has the highest status amongst all the rest of the other prophets. So this is the first matter that I wanted to discuss. The other very important matter is regarding the ascension to the heaven. In the minds of some people, they think that the ascension to the heaven, they think of it as the story that's known in this country as Jack and the Beanstalk. They think of a small person going up and up and up, and then to a place where he sees a world of giants, a bigger world, and then he communicates in Jack and the Beanstalk. He communicates with a huge giant. This is not the case when it comes to the Prophet or when it comes to Islam. Allah Ta'ala gave the orders to the Prophet to pray 5 times up in the sky. And when we say up in the sky, it doesn't mean Allah was up in the sky. Allah is not located in any place. Allah is the creator of time and place. But up in the sky, in a special location, Allah enabled the Prophet Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, gave him the power to hear his kalam, the communication, or one may say the speech of Allah. Now the speech of Allah is not a sound, it's not a sonorous voice, loud and powerful voice. This is not permissible to believe. It's actually disbelief to believe that Allah has a huge, loud voice. Because voice, letters, sounds, languages, all these are created things. They have beginnings and they have ends. And we cannot attribute to Allah anything that is created. Otherwise, we would be falling into the trap of disbelief, the trap of tashbih, resembling Allah to the creation. And that's a very important matter. Allah Ta'ala gave Prophet Moses, who was on Mount Sinai, Turi Sina, He gave Prophet Moses the power to hear his kalam. Moses, alayhi salam, Musa, is known as Kalimullah. Literally, it means the one who spoke to Allah. And Allah Ta'ala gave Moses the power to hear his kalam, which is an everlasting and eternal speech that is not created, that is not a sound, that is not a letter, that you and me and the creation cannot imagine. This is something we have to face and accept as humans. Allah is not imagined. Our created minds, our limited minds cannot imagine the one who is not created. Our created minds cannot imagine the attributes of Allah that are also not created. But some people choose to cross the border and to believe that which is against the religion. And they speak about Al-Israa and Al-Mi3raj as if it was some kind of so-called date or rendezvous. They say that Allah went to a place way up in the sky to, they say Prophet Muhammad went to a place way up in the sky to meet Allah. They say face to face. Be warned and be warned and be warned. This is not Islam they are teaching. Islam does not say that. Allah Ta'ala is not up in the sky. Allah Ta'ala is not on the earth. Allah Ta'ala is not to the right or to the left or in front or back or above or under. Allah Ta'ala is the creator of places, of time, and Allah existed before such thing as time and place. And the existence of Allah is not bound by time or place. So be careful, brothers and sisters, against the many mistranslations that they have in English, where they claim, where they speak about the night journey and the ascension to heaven as if it was an ascension to Allah. This is not correct and this is invalid. It's an ascension to heaven. That's the proper term that we can use, and that's the proper term that is mentioned. And Allah Ta'ala is so merciful that the prayers were 50, and Allah Ta'ala made it less by His mercy, five prayers with the reward of 50. May we thank Allah Ta'ala and we ask Allah to be of those who perform their prayers and who remember the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, and who live Islam live Islam in imitating the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. Allahumma salli wa sallim wa barik ala nur al-huda Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallim. Amina thumma amina thumma ameen.